Hello, I'm Callum Witherell. I live in Chester Street and I'm 26 years old. And I have a BTEC level 2 and 3 technical diploma in digital audiovisual production, uh, a BTEC level 2 technical diploma in digital audio and visual production, another level 2 diploma in performing arts this time, specifically acting. Uh, I have a GCSE grade 3 distinction in English language and spoken language. I also have a City of Guilds level 2 functional skills in maths and English. And I also have been trained in to formal secondary standard by the Oak Secondary School. I volunteered in terms of my work things. I volunteered with the refuse cafe where I learned to clean tables and check stock levels and make sure the back rooms were tidy. I worked for Handcrafted, in which I did some woodwork and I developed skills around workshop safety, and I even made a bookcase. Um, I also volunteered at a local library and at Gosford Civic Theatre, where I worked as a voluntary technical assistant, and I also supervised Dungeons and Dragons events, where I also wrote a blog on the for the theatre website, and I worked on the cafe. Front of house, served food, washed dishes, and cleaned tables. And he also assisted in setting up the stage for theatre performance and set up for local social events. Um, I also was a voluntary museum assistant at the Oriental Museum, which was the first ever work experience I ever did, which was just setting up museum exhibits for children, cleaned museum exhibits, and gave feedback on museum services and suggested improvements. In terms of employment, I have been working for Bridge Creative as a uh, expert with lived experience of autism for 3 years, and that was that's for the Oliver McGowan program, mandatory training program, which is a where we teach people with learning disabilities and autism. Uh, um, we teach nurses and social workers how to handle people with those. And also, I have recently become a travel champion, which is where I teach autistic people and people with learning disability how to use public servants in public transportation and get around better. I have um, I would say I'm a hardworking, creative person who's happy to help, honest. I have other skills in video editing. I have an eye for detail, video production, photography, After Effects, Lightroom, and Adobe Premiere Pro. In terms of hobbies, I draw a lot, and I've been told I'm quite good at it. In fact, I've had my art featured in a gallery recently, so I'm quite proud of that myself. Uh, Other hobbies is you standard play video games, watch videos. I like history and fantasy books, particularly works from Terry Pratchett and Tolkien and Lord of the Rings. Um, and a hobby of mine related to those is I will go to old bookshops and I will look for old fantasy books with those really weird oil painting artworks, and I just buy the weirdest ones, and I'm slowly growing a collection of weird old fantasy books. Um, so yeah.
Wonderful.